Man killed in crash in St. Elizabeth. A motorist on Wednesday died after his car crashed and overturned in Brompton, St. Elizabeth. He has been identified as 32-year-old Kimberly Rowe of Kilmorey district in Brompton. Reports are that around 10:15 a.m., Rowe was driving a Nissan AD wagon along a roadway when he allegedly lost control of the vehicle which overturned. He was assisted to the Black River Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Black River Traffic Department is probing the matter. Corporal charged in Meridian case declares innocence in unsworn statement. Corporal Ela Stewart, one of the three cops charged in relation to the 2014 death of Meridian, gave an unsworn statement in which she declared that she would have never caused harm to Dean or other inmates under her supervision. Stewart, who is on trial in the Westmoreland Circuit Court alongside constables Juliana Cleveland and Marlon Grant, told presiding High Court Judge Justice Courtney Day that she freely and honestly carried out her duties as the officer in charge of the Barnett Street Police lockup, where Dean was beaten while in custody there on August 3, 2014, for a possession of a ganja spliff. In her unsworn statement, Stewart recounted that on the day of the incident, Dean behaved boisterously during efforts to process his bail, and that he openly declared that he did not like the police. She said that Dean was subsequently taken back into custody to give him a chance to calm down so his bail process could be completed. Stewart also condemned as false earlier witness testimony from an inmate who had previously told the court that she verbally abused Dean and ignored other inmates' calls for help when Dean was beaten. She told the court that the inmate's testimony about having been in the third cell on Dean's cell block was also untrue, as the cell was one of two that were out of commission at the time. Stewart is charged with perverting the course of justice on the allegations that she ordered the cleaning of the cell where Dean was beaten prior to the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. In addition, Stewart, Cleveland, and Grant are jointly charged with manslaughter and misconduct in a public office arising from Dean's death on August 6, 2014, 3 days after he was beaten. Health Ministry looking to St. Joseph Hospital to help ease overcrowding at UHWI and KPH. The Health Ministry is discussing a partnership with St. Joseph Hospital to help manage the issue of overcrowding in two main public hospitals amid increased cases of chronic non-communicable diseases, including diabetes, hypertension, heart and kidney disease. The ministry says the issue is affecting two of the nation's main institutions, the University Hospital of the West Indies UHWI and Kingston Public Hospital KPH. The UHWI, for example, with its daily admission of some 120 to 150 patients for emergency care, is currently seeing excess numbers in its accident and emergency A&E department, particularly from internal medicine patients. The Health Ministry says the matter was among those identified for priority action during a tour of the UHWI on Monday by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton and member of the facility's clinical leadership. He said the discussion with St. Joseph Hospital is part of short-term plans to manage the overcrowding. The longer-term plan is to construct a new building here at the University Hospital of the West Indies. We're well advanced with that. That will bring more bed space, more space for services, which hopefully will allow for a more efficient throughput, Tufton noted. The hospital will see a total of $4.9 billion in upgrades, with construction of a 6-story, 120-acre facility and an additional 40 surgical beds. The phased implementation forms part of the Ministry of Health and Wellness Secondary Care, reform for upgrade of hospital services, expansion of facility and human resources. Police express gratitude to citizens as crimes continue to trend down in St. James. The police in St. James are lauding the cooperation of citizens, which they say have been instrumental in the downward trend in crime that has been happening since last year. Speaking at the Monte Council meeting after the St. James Municipal Corporation, Superintendent Mercedes Corey made the acknowledgement on behalf of the Police Division. Let me just express to the citizens of St. James the gratitude of the St. James Police for the support that we have received, especially since the beginning of the calendar year, she noted. As a result of the support that we have received, we have seen a downward trend in the crime in this division, she added. She used the opportunity to provide some details and statistics about the movement in crime in the parish up to May 8. As of today's date, 19 murders have been reported across the parish of St. James, as compared to 55 for the same period last year, she declared to the gathering. She explained that there have been some other notable decreases in other major crimes within the parish as well. There have been 24 shootings so far compared to 50 for the same period as of to date, she noted. However, she pointed out that they are dealing with an uptick in the areas of acquisition crimes despite the good results coming out from other major crimes. There have been 14 robberies compared to 9 for the same period last year. Aggravated assault, there have been 7 reported, which is a very marginal increase of 6 for the same period last year. There have been 10 reports of break-ins compared to 13 for the same period last year. There were 2 reports of larceny, and this time last year, we had 1, she stated. However, she highlighted that overall the parish have seen a marked improvement as it relates to major crimes for the first 4 months of the year. This brings us to a total of 86 major crimes compared to 153 for the same period last year. So as a police division, we have been doing well, she stated. She highlighted that this was more than just work of the police, and again sought to laud citizens and other stakeholders who have played a part in this regard. We cannot say that it has only been policing, and we have often said that policing is so important that it cannot be left to the police alone, and therefore the contributions made by the citizens of St. James has allowed us to see a reduction in the committal of crimes across this division, she stated. She also added that we have forged partnership and we have been getting significant support from Jamaican Defence Force JDF, and as I said, the information coming in from the citizens of St. James have really helped us significantly. As it relates to recent announced Operation Storm 2, she said they have reaped some early success with the particular initiative. Of significance is our result is that on the second day in May, the Cambridge Police Bureau, we had a recovery of a firearm, she disclosed. It's not just an ordinary recovery. Some amount of operation had to be done, and we recovered that firearm in the rural part of Cambridge and a large stash of ammunition, she revealed. The hope, she said, is that these and other works will lead to crucial goals of the police for the residents and visitors to the parish. We continue, we are relentless because our intention is to hopefully see at least 0 months as far as crime is concerned in this parish of St. James, she declared to the gathering. Hilton calls for urgent resolution of issues at Kingston Freeport Terminal. Opposition spokesman on trade, investment and global logistics Anthony Hilton is calling for the management and stakeholders of the Kingston Freeport Terminal to urgently resolve all outstanding operational issues following the most recent strike and work slowdown by crane operators and terminal staff. While the grievances behind the demonstration by haulage contractors differ from the earlier industrial action, the result is the same. Jamaica's primary port facility is in news for all the wrong reasons. Repeated work stoppages damage confidence among port users, importers, exporters, and global carriers considering Jamaica as a reliable logistic hub, argued Hilton in a statement on Thursday. Hilton emphasizes that stability and predictability are non-negotiable traits for global logistic hubs. Explaining further, the spokesman stated that in violated trade union environment, reliability is currency. Hub ports must be resilient and business-ready if we are to truly compete. While welcoming the resumption of operations, Hilton cautioned that the reputational damage may already be done and urged a swift collaborative resolution to avoid further setbacks to Jamaica's logistic ambition. He stated that the People's National Party government would establish a National Logistic Council. This multi-stakeholder body will tackle logistic challenges, streamline operations, and enhance collaboration between government, labor, and industry leaders. As part of Jamaica's strategy to become a global logistic hub, this initiative will accelerate economic growth, drive innovation, and solidify the nation's position in international trade. We cannot afford to reactivate governance. Every disruption chips away from the port of Kingston credibility. The Logistic Council will be designed to drive coordinated action and assist with restoring investor confidence. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.